My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Hearthstone Arena. We have a total of 260 gold awaiting us, and on top of that, no, I don't mean to brag, but we have a 100 gold total dominance quest, so I give 0.0 fucks as to what class I play. Only that I get more than 7 wins, so that I can fulfill that. Now, I've done Warlock recently and Druid recently, so I guess it's time for Garrosh. Our history with Garrosh here is actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. Shield Slam requires that you either use your hero power a bunch of times, or that you have Shield Block, or an Armor Smith. Basically, it's too synergistic to really run in an arena deck. Blood Knight is really good, but Gorehowl, if you can kill a number of minions with it, holy fuck. Gorehowl becomes amazing. Whirlwind is pretty good. Cobalt Geomancer is not. Shield Block can be okay. It's kind of like 5 health, draw a card, right? Plus it does have synergy with a bunch of other effects in the deck. I'm gonna take Shield Block for only one reason, and that's because I have Gorehowl, so I might be needing health, because I'm gonna be hitting a lot of things with my face with Gorehowl. Is that correct? No. Whirlwind's still correct. I tried to justify it, but Whirlwind is still correct. Arathi Weaponsmith is just amazing. It's just a 3/3 body on the field and a 2/2 weapon. Crazy. Fiery War Axe is the Fiery Wind Axe. 2 direct damage versus Shield Block. I need things on the field so that I'm not coming from way behind with Gorehowl. Gorehowl should be used to kind of maybe even out a little, but to guarantee a victory rather than to come from way behind. So I'm really glad to get the Earthen Ring Fast here. 3/3 for 3, pretty solid, but at the same time it heals me up, that's really good. Slam is really good removal. Novice Engineer for card draw versus Dalaran Mage. The winner out of these two is the Booty Bay Bodyguard, just because the others are horrible. Defender of Argus. Arcane Golem is good for finishing a game, but are you really going to be finishing a game this early? Cruel Taskmaster has a chance of taking things out, so that's really good. Death Bite versus Spiteful Smith. Shit. Now, at this point I have to talk about the concept of weapon saturation. If you have a deck and you have a lot of weapons in it, how many weapons can you hold at once? No, none of the classes can dual wield, right? So you can hold one weapon at one time. I currently have 1, 2, 3 weapons. This takes 2 strikes, this takes 2 strikes, and this can take up to 7 strikes. So that's, you know, in an optimal situation where I've drawn them at exactly the right times and played them at exactly the right times. That is a total of 11 turns worth of me hitting things before I run out. So you get diminishing returns in terms of more weapons being collected, basically. You get diminishing returns because what are you going to do with the weapons at a certain point? You've run out of use for them. Because you can't hold both of them at the same time. Why can't I hold all these limes.jpg? Battle Rage is not going to be our decision because, first off, Cult Master is pretty good for card draw, so Slam. But at the same time, Battle Rage, you kind of need to have a really good setup for it, like a Whirlwind and a bunch of stuff on the board. It's too situational for the card draw. It often just ends up being 2 mana, draw 1 card. And if I wanted 2 mana, draw 1 card, I would have got the Novice Engineer from before. 2 mana, draw 1 card, and put a 1/1 body on the field. That's crazy. Spiteful Smith could be pretty good. I do have a Whirlwind, a Slam, a Cruel Taskmaster. I have a bunch of ways to trigger the Spiteful Smith, which means that I would be doing more damage with my other weapons. Shit, the Stormpike Commando can even trigger the Spiteful Smith, but Death's Bite is so new that I just want to play around with it a little bit. I don't know if that's correct, though. Oh, I'm gonna take it. I'm really annoyed because Arathi Weaponsmith and Death's Bite are both on the 4-drop slot, so I'm kind of a little stacked there. Stampede and Kodo is way better than anything else I was being offered there, and Worgen Infiltrator is way better. So Heroic Strike is really good for removal, and pushing a little bit more damage if you want to finish the game off. Stormpike Commando, it's okay. I mean, the problem is, because it's 4/2, it just dies easily. It's kind of like the Cult Master. You don't play the Cult Master as a body on the board. I mean, very rarely do you ever play the Cult Master as a body on the board. You play the Cult Master, and then you trade a lot of minions, and suddenly you have huge value, because you've drawn 4 cards out of the Cult Master before he even needs to be invoked as a 4/2. That's the whole point of them. You need them to have their effect used very efficiently, otherwise they're just horrible cards. Cleave might be the choice, actually. I mean, looking at our early game, we have Worgen Infiltrator, pretty solid early play. Slam, kind of solid. Cruel, kind of solid. Fiery War Axe is basically the best early play. Cleave could be really good. The problem is, it is reliant on them having 2 minions on the field. If they have 1 minion on the field, like if they have 1, like 30 and 2, right? 30 damage, 2 health. I can't hit it with Cleave. There's only 1 minion, so I can't actually cast Cleave. Oh, this is actually pretty bad. Our 3 slot is really weak, so I do need to start evaluating things in the 3 slot a little bit higher. I'm gonna go with Cleave and hope. Silverhand Knight is pretty good, but our early plays are a little bit weak right now, so I'm gonna take the Acidic Swamp. I can make this really aggressive if I got the Leponome, but the problem is the Leponome dies against too many classes. You've got Druid, Rogue, and Mage, all of which can kill the Leponome turn 2. I'll take the Archmage just because it fills our 6-drop slot and it's just a chunky dude. I would love to take the Direwolf Alpha, but another Earthen Ring Farseer, not only healing me up, but at the same time also being just like, dude, look, I am me. Is pretty good. Charge is good. But charge is good for like kind of single target removal. I play a dude and then I charge him at your dude. But the thing is, you've played a dude, that's 1 card. You've charged him, that's another card to kill 1 dude. So you give yourself a negative trade, basically. You 2 for 1 yourself. So it's good sometimes. It's good in gimmicky decks. It's definitely good in gimmicky decks. I'll take another Cult Master. I can't take any more Cult Masters from this point on. Deathlord is actually really good in my opinion. Fiery War Axe. Suddenly, our 3-drop slot is really good. Now, Injured Blade Master is actually much more important right now because I have an Earthen Ring Farseer, so I could make the Injured Blade Master really powerful. Mind Control Tech does come into play sometimes, but with the amount of control I have in this deck, with all the weapons, and the Cleave, and the Slam, and the Whirlwind, I'm hoping they don't get 4 minions on the board at the same time. I'm gonna go with the Injured Blade Master. Excuse me. Considering I have 2 Fiery War Axes, the Bloodstar Raider is the strongest of these choices. I'm taking Flesh Eating Ghoul only because it is in the 3-drop slot. Oh god, I don't want anything else in the 3-drop slot, please. God damn it. Okay. I guess I take Bloodfin. Oh god. I'm gonna take the Jungle Panther. It pushes damage a little better than the rest of them. Priestess of Elune will keep me healthy, plus it's later game. Spiteful Smith is really good 5-drop. Fen Creeper will keep me alive, but obviously I can't take the Mad Scientist, because the Mad Scientist is, I have no secrets in this deck, so it's just a 2/2 for 2. Spellbreaker could be good. Like, if he has something with good effects that I need to stop. No, I'll take the Fen Creeper, it's a little bit healthier. Azure Drake, 5, draw a card. Frothing Berserker is a really good 3-drop though. No, I'm actually really stuck here. Because spell damage +1 and draw a card and put a 4/4 body on the field. Amazing value, but Frothing Berserker could be really damaging. Let's think about the damage that I have in the 3 slot. Actually, the damage I have in the 3 slot is pretty significant. 4 slot's a little bit weak in terms of damage. Yeah, Azure Drake is going to be fine. Okay, so with this deck, I expect 5 wins at the very least. It's actually really solid. I mean, we've got enough early plays. Let's count our early plays. 1, 2, 3, 4-ish, 5-ish, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have too many early plays. So we're actually going to have to mulligan our early plays. Like, even if we get like a really solid 2-drop like the Bloodfin Raptor, we got to mulligan that so we can try and get down to a Fiery War Axe, get ourselves better value, and then just draw into our later game. Because we're going to have trouble ramping into the later game. What we're going to find is, in my opinion, with this deck, we're going to be controlling the board really well right up until we get to about turn 5. They play something big, and then we have to trade our whole board to deal with it. It's going to be pretty brutal, actually. That's why I'm predicting 5 wins rather than anything like 8.
You asked for it.
Worgen Infiltrator, really glad to see you. Ooh. I'm gonna keep the Injured Blade Master, because coin Injured Blade Master and then play Earthen Ring Farseer as a natural 3. The only thing he can do against that is super threatening to me is if he plays a Frostbolt. And if he does that, I mean, he does that. I mean, it's gonna happen, but, you know.
Bring me steel.
That's actually really frustrating. So obviously I can't reveal the Worgen Infiltrator from stealth. I do expect Frostbolt, actually, but if he does play Frostbolt, he's playing it off curve, so it's not horrible, but it's still not good, obviously. Actually, this was probably a bad play, considering that. Oh, shit! Alright. Damn. So he can trigger his own Raging Worgen and do 10 damage to my face next turn, so obviously I have to kill it. And the Master Swordsmith is likely to run into the Injured Blade Master next turn and then Fire Blast it, so... You know. It's fine. If I am left with 2 minions on the board at the end of this turn and he has something left, I may well Cult Master and then do stuff. Oh, shit. Here we go, value Cult Master time, god damn. Okay, Cult Master, trade 2 relatively useless minions at this point to get 2 cards and clear the board. Alright, I hope you can see, he's got 5 cards, I've got 2 pretty solid cards on the field, and then I've got 6 cards in hand, so I'm in a really strong position right now. Basically, what I'm trying to say is if I lose at this point, that's entirely my bad. I kind of have to attempt to throw at this point to lose.
What to do? What to do?
Arcane missiles. Nope. Secret. That's interesting. So, I guess he wants to kill the Cult Master first, which means that it's not Vaporize. So what is it gonna be?
I wonder...
I'd have to guess that it's going to be Mirror Image, just because Mirror Image is the most likely one. So I'm gonna play the Arathi Weaponsmith to trigger Mirror Image. Not Mirror Image. Wow.
Of course.
So it's not Mirror Image, it's not Vaporize, it's not Ice Barrier, which means it's Ice Block, Counterspell, or Spellbender. So I can test 2 of those with Slam. Obviously I don't want to test either of those with Slam, but, you know, I can. So if I wanted, I can try and slam that, and then Cruel Taskmaster it to finish it, but the problem with that is I end up with a board full of weak things, and he can Flame Strike next turn and kill everything. So I kind of want to thin my board a little bit.
Of course.
So that's how I would do that. Oh, Duplicate! I keep forgetting that Duplicate exists. You know what? I am very glad it's Duplicate. The other ones would have been far more threatening. God damn. I thought it was going to be something bad. So that's pretty good. I can slam and kill that. Or I can Cruel Taskmaster and kill that. I can do a bunch of things and kill that, right? Like, it's dead, basically, at this point. Bang. Considering how many weapons I have in my deck, I'm going to start using the Battle Axe against him, because I have a Gorehowl and 2 Fiery War Axes still dug down in this deck, and I'd like to be able to play them the turn that I draw them. So I'll leave this on 1 mana. Health while I can. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. I guess I want to try and cleave and get the, best cleave ever. Hallelujah. Does that give me lethal? No, it does not. I am still off lethal just a little bit. I don't want to overextend, just in case. This should be enough to win, but I'll keep the rest in my hand just in case he has some crazy bullshit. I've not seen evidence of a Flame Strike yet, but a Flame Strike would still leave my Fen Creeper on 2 health, so he can't just turn around and then Fire Blast it, right? There's very few things he can do in response. I can kill that and deliver lethal through it. I don't have to kill that. Is he putting down a secret? No, so that is lethal for me. I'll Slam to draw a card. I was gonna Whirlwind, but Slam will do it. That's pretty cool.
No problem.
Yeah. Well played. So that was a really, really good opening. I will stress that if he did turn around and Frostbolt my injured Blade Master the first turn that I played it, back when it was a 4-3, that would have been horrible. Because having him around to kill the Raging Worgen and then finish off the Water Elemental plus draw a card was basically what cinched the victory. You need to be able to look at a game and go, that's the play that did it, or that's the play that contributed very heavily towards it. So that you know to look out for plays like that in the future and try and predict when that play is about to happen. We're gonna be a little tentative to be hitting minions with my face. Sorry, I'm going to be a little tentative to hit minions with my face here. Because hunters can push damage like nobody's business. And I don't want to have damage pushed against me like nobody's business. Considering the amount of early drops we have, it's actually real... There we go. I was about to say, really bullshit that I don't have one in hand. How dare they Q, right? But then, that happens. River Croc being coined out this turn would probably be the worst thing that could happen to me. Nope. Cool. The amount of ways he can deal 1 undirected damage, surprisingly low. I'll attack. I think that was correct. Very happy to have the Earthen Ring Vase here so I can heal myself back up. 3 mana. What are you going to play with 3 mana that I'm not going to be scared of? Okay, that's actually pretty good. Please. No, that's not it. That's actually really good. So I have to give up my chance to kill one of his weapons in order to put something on the board. There's no reason for me to trade my 2-1 into his 3. That just makes him have the 2-for-1. At this point, I could top deck something like a Arathi Weaponsmith that will swing this trade in my favor. Also, if I don't, I can Flesh Eating Ghoul and get that pumped up. Okay, so it looks like I do have to do that. That sucks. But now I've got a 4-3 on the field. I'm pretty far behind, but hopefully the Stormpike Commando comes out and does some damage. And when I mean damage, I mean damage. It's got to do some stuff. Animal Companion, get Huffer, attack my face. That would be really good for me. Shit, that's actually pretty bad. Especially because now it makes the Stormpike Commando play very weak. Wow. I am not getting good cards right now. I have to use a heal on a full health hero. God. And that's just so that I have the mana to play Slam Defender of Argus next turn, and that I have a body on the field. God damn it. Now, there are a number of cards that he's kept in his hand that he's just not played at any point, so I can try and make some guesstimations as to what those cards are. Well, I guess if I have to do that, so... I can draw 2 cards this turn, that's actually really good.
Of course.
But yeah, I can make some guesstimations as to what he has in his hand. The fact that I've never had 2 minions on the field while he had 4 mana means that if he has a multi-shot, there's no point where he could have played it yet. So that might be one of the cards that he's preciously keeping in his hand. Because he's not playing much. I'd love him to turn around and play just like 1 big dude, and then I can Gorehowl and say no big dude. That'd be nice. Unless the big dude has a death rattle. That'd be suck. That'd be suck? What the fuck? That would be suck. God damn it, right. I'm gonna have to guess that that's misdirection. Or explosive trap.
Who's next?
No, it wouldn't be explosive trap. It'd be freezing trap or misdirection. Okay. Ah, fucker. Alright. Just kill this dude. So Gorehowl is a really good target for something like a Acidic Swamp Ooze, because the Gorehowl it provides massive value as long as you can survive whilst using it.
It's time for
So him being able to remove it is really good. If he can't remove it, the best thing to do is to chump. And that's just basically, I'm putting dudes on the field so that you'll kill those instead of keeping your card and then using it to kill more valuable things. And that looks like what he's doing. So, Azure Drake, give me the shield block. That's not a shield block. Okay. Of course, even though he's chumping, I still do need to kill them. But while he's doing that, I want to keep myself healthy. I do have to keep in mind, though, that he might chump a certain amount of minions and then play a minion that's just enough attack. Sorry, just enough damage. Think about it like this. If I have a 6/6, I want to chump something so that the Gorehowl goes down in damage, and then I can do stuff instead. And then I can play a 6/6. Unfortunately, I have a lot of surprise damage from my hand, so he's going to have a lot of difficulty with that. I have nowhere near lethal. Not even close.
What now?
I could kill my own Azure Drake. That's the Cult Master, my own Azure Drake, run it in. That's a play I could make. But I could keep it as a force on the field, and his board clear is going to be really weak, so I probably don't want to do that. So I can strike it, and then I can hit it with the Cult Master.
Now.
Or I could hit it with the Stormpike Commando. That actually seems nice. So the Stormpike Commando is hitting it, because the Cult Master is an extra 2 damage surprise. Yeah, it's fine. The Cult Master dies to the same amount of stuff. I'm having difficulty justifying why I made that play, but the Defender of Argus is going to keep me a little bit safer. Hopefully, so I don't, like, get King Crushed. Okay, that's fine. Did it actually kill anything? Oh, right, the Defender of August, yeah. Okay, let's have a look-see. Now, Cleave is really good. Cleave is allowing me to kill his whole board. Actually, Cleave is amazing. Shit. Cleave won the game. So remember when I was having difficulty justifying putting Cleave in this deck? I want to go back and just bitch slap that version of Ryan and say, no! Cleave is a good card. 2-0 so far. I'm trying to think of the name of this deck because I do have a tendency to get to like a certain amount of wins and then throw harder than has ever been done before by any person in humankind or monkeykind or any kind of kind. The Fungal Kingdom actually has had someone who threw harder once, so excluding the Fungal Kingdom. A Fungal Kingdom, my apologies.
For Doomhammer. Victory or death.
No. No. Not gonna keep the Deathlord against this. Where are all my early minions? I know I have. I remember drafting too many of them, in fact. I would really like to be able to Acidic Swamp Ooze a Stormforged Axe. That would be really, really nice. Of course, the fact that he coined out a 3-2 means that it's very likely the next turn he plays either a 3-2 or a 2-3. Hopefully it's a 3-2 and then I can cleave for maximum value. Because that's 1 for 2 and the totem. I guess that's fine. And, sorry, and the coin is what I was trying to say. So it's okay, that trade. That was, yeah, wasn't horrible. Tusker. So he would have to have a surprising amount of damage in his hand to be able to kill the Deathlord here. But if he runs stuff into the Deathlord, I can then heal the Deathlord up, try and keep the Deathlord alive for as long as I possibly can. So now I'm gonna have some trouble. Oh boy. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna have some trouble removing that. I'm glad to have the Spiteful Smith out, because it means whenever, whenever something together, I can't remember the name of that song. Sorry, the words in that song. Shit. Yes, it means that when I get a weapon, it'll be more damaging. That's very nice. So it's very important to me to kill that Sea Giant this turn. And it looks like I have to kill it by using the Fiery War Axe and the Spiteful Smith, which is pretty tough. I don't like that I have to do this, but I'm pretty certain I have to. I'm thinking, do I want to Cult Master and then do that? Yeah. It'll help me get some value out of it and feel a little less horrible about the trade that just happened. I really did want to Earthen Ring Farseed this, because the amount of ways that a Shaman can turn around and now kill the Death Lord is just appalling. Okay, so he didn't do it. Cool. He could have, but he didn't. That's odd. Why did you do that? So now I can kill the Fire Elemental without even using my Death Lord. That's pretty good. Slam it, draw a card. Cruel Taskmaster, cool. Now I do want to keep myself as healthy as I possibly can. So I can Earthen Ring Farseer myself and armor up, which is one play I could do. I've already got a Taunt on the field, so actually that's correct. That is correct, don't worry. I mean, in my mind at least. I'm always welcoming criticism of play. Especially well-reasoned criticism. Just
Wanna blow something up?
okay, that's fine, I guess. As long as it just doesn't turn around and kill one of my guys. Forked Lightning would be horrible right now. So would Lightning Storm, but Lightning Storm at the very least is pretty bad for him as well. Okay, let's see what he gets. Doesn't get its battle cry effect. Awesome. Okay, this is actually a pretty straightforward turn. Awesome. You kill that. Guess I'll kill that. So this is the problem that I keep pointing out. I'm pretty far ahead right now. I mean, I have a lot of cards, he has very few. But. That's fine, I'm gonna play the Erratic Weaponsmith next turn anyway, so. But the problem is, I really desperately need to get back in this game somehow. In terms of health. That's actually pretty good. So that's why I'm going to be trying to armor up every turn that I possibly can. So he's going to be able to draw 2 cards in total out of the Acolyte of Pain, because he runs the Acolyte of Pain into the Cruel Taskmaster, draws a card, and then can draw another card, because it's a 1/1 alive. Unless I silence it, then he'll draw a card.
Your magic shall not save.
That's fine. But the play here is to kill him before he can do any of that. Or before any of that comes back to bite me. Gorehal's pretty good. Is Gorehal amazing? Gorehal could be amazing. You know what? Fuck it. Gorehal is going to be the best. Around, nothing ever gonna keep it down. I want to keep the Flesh-Eating Ghoul on 3 health, because a Lightning Storm deals 2 to 3 damage, so it's certain to kill a 2 health minion, but it may kill a 3 health minion, so that's why I'm doing this. I need to get more healthy. So I believe I do have a shield block in my deck. I think I ended up drafting one. It's gonna be Lightning Storm. No? Stormforged Axe. Okay. That's fine. If he goes for the board, he's lost. Okay. That's a little bit of throwing there, in my opinion.
Get behind me.
Let's count the amount of damage that I have next turn. 10 plus... Okay, so Jungle Panther secures lethal unless something like a Lightning Storm happens. But I feel if he had a Lightning Storm, he would have played it by now. So you would kind of have to top deck the Lightning Storm. That's okay.
What we do.
That's less okay. I mean, it will kill all of his stuff as well, so I'm fine with that. So the Jungle Panther is going to die no matter what. Okay. So, oh god. Guess I just put dudes out. I can't hit him in the face yet, that's the problem. Because it's possible that it comes down to using the Gore Howl to remove a taunt and then hit him in the face. There are very few things I can imagine right now that win the game with those two cards in his hand. That would be one of them. Definitely would be one of them. Thing is, I still have lethal on the board right now, so he would need a taunt totem right now. Taunt totem, here we go. Nope. Or to remove my dude. Okay. Couldn't do it. Well played. 3-0 so far, I believe that makes this. And we are well on our way to total dominance. By the way, I will note at this point, total dominance can be unlocked by doing the class challenges in Naxxramas. I found that out while playing the class challenges in Naxxramas, just because I have fun playing the class challenges in Naxxramas. Especially the Hunter one. God, the Hunter one. You literally just have a deck of 30 web spinners, which is 1/1 for 1, that Death Rattle draw a random beast card into your hand. Or put a random beast card into your hand, not draw one, because it's not from your deck. It's from the ether, basically. Deathbite is pretty good, but I have much better openings. I thought I would get my opening flooded with low-value minions and that I'd have a lot of problems. But instead, I'm not getting enough often, and I have to draw into them. But to be fair, I am drawing into them fairly often, so it's fine. Lepidome would be pretty sucky. For me, I mean... I just don't want him to play anything on turn 1, right? Because then I have to Whirlwind, and I have to disrupt my own... pacing. Instead of being able to play my Worgen. That's fine. So, the kind of common response to that is, oh, that's got 1 health. I'll play a Reinforce. Ah, because you'll have to kill that. Oh shit, he's not doing that. Wow. That's odd. This just keeps things on the board, so that's why I'm doing it. And on top of that, I don't want to play the Cruel Taskmaster that turn, because I wouldn't have anything I want to target with it. But yeah, usually the response to that is, I'll play a Reinforce, because then it's a 1/1, and it poses a threat to a 2/1. Oh, value! But then you play a Cruel Taskmaster, and they start to cry. I'm gonna kill that with the axe, and that's gonna seem like a weird decision, because it's such a low-value thing, but the tempo that I have on the board now as a result of doing that is actually really high. It also allows me to get full value out of the Othering Farseer, which was basically the only thing I could play that turn. And I have another weapon in hand in terms of the Arathi Weaponsmith, so I'm fine doing it. It's actually really cool. Arathi Weaponsmith comes out on turn 4, then turn 5 can be Spiteful Smith, and if I need to, I can coin Whirlwind to make the Arathi Weaponsmith weapon a 4/2. That's actually pretty interesting. I'm just thinking about that right now. Or, I could wait another turn and I could use Cruel Taskmaster. Okay. This is kind of sucky. I mean, you could do a little bit. I mean, I can use the Arathi Weaponsmith to break that. I can use the Cult Master to break that. Cult Master is off curve, though, to do that. I have another weapon, so I want to use up the Arathi Weaponsmith weapon as soon as I possibly can. That's the only reason I'm going to do it in this fashion. Also, he seems to have a lot of problems dealing with large things on the board. Sorry, large things on the a wide board, because he hasn't been able to do it historically, so far at least. So I'm going to try and exploit that.
First kill.
This is actually really good for me. I'm sorry. I'm having a great time. Coin Gorehowl is very likely to be my turn, especially if he just plays a big dude. So, big dude incoming. Here we go. Bolt of Ogre. Do it. I don't care. Love some Gorehowl value. No matter what he plays, unless it's like a bunch of things, which is very difficult to do with 5 cards, I'm going to be able to deal with it. In some way, somehow. That's interesting. I'll do that. It means that if he wants to Consecrate to remove the Stampeding Kodo, he's going to move the Spiteful Smith down to 4 health, which it's very difficult for him to do 4 damage on 3 mana. 4 mana? Dude, he can do it a bunch of different ways. Truce of a Champion is one of them. He would need things on the board to do the rest of the ones. So Truce of a Champion is one of them, basically. The most important one. Especially because it's like, if you get that in your deck... Sorry, if you get that in your offering as a Paladin, you pick it. You can have 7 True Silver Champions, and you're like, yep, that's a fucking totally fine amount of True Silver Champions. Goddamn yes. Okay, fine. I did tell you about weapon saturation earlier, so I do have to say that that was wrong. But at the same time, you see the point. It's actually pretty good to have stuff like that. Okay, that's gonna be slummed. I know I don't draw a card, but it's fine. Shit, do I have lethal next turn? That's actually really interesting. I have lethal next turn. If he doesn't play anything with taunt or heal himself. Or kill anything on my board. Okay, so Gorehowl is going to have 9 damage because the Spiteful Smith exists. Which puts him down to... which puts him down to 8 health. Wow. Well played. That was really well. That was really well. That was really good. I enjoyed that match. 4-0. I do like the Warrior. Warrior is a little bit of a pet class of mine. It is the first class that I ever started running a deck with. Warrior, that is. Because the first legendary I ever pulled from a pack was Garrosh Hellscream. I was like, shh, Garrosh, no. Gromash Hellscream, sorry. I was like, fuck man, I need to do something with this card. So I made kind of like a really cheap Enrage deck back when Charge was different to how it is at the moment. What was Charge before? It's like 0 mana, give a minion charge or something. It was different. I can't remember exactly how, but it was different. Yeah, I'm gonna mulligan try and get a Fiery War Axe. It's not horrible how it worked out, but I still wish I had the Fiery War Axe. But yeah, I had kind of like a cheap Enrage deck, and it worked a few times. It was nice and gimmicky. Oh, that was good fun. So there's no weapons in the Druid Druid deck, so I'm completely fine to play the Acidic Swampoo's AFAP as fast as possible. If he goes for my face, it means he doesn't have Wrath in hand. He does not have Wrath in hand. Deathlord or Injured Blade Master? I'm gonna go with Deathlord. Because he has the coin, which means that he might be waiting to coin a swipe or something like that. Deathlord is just pretty good against that, so. Cool, I can kill that. Deathlord survives as a 2/5. Nice. Bang! Now, I am going to be proactively making the trades with the Death Lord, because I don't want him to be able to turn around and do something different, right? I don't want him to be able to kind of change up the way that the trades go. Basically, swipe was single target removal there. That is such a low value out of swipe. Nice. So, if he plays something that threatens the Deathlord this turn, I can Earthen Ring faster it and bring it back up so that I can try and stop him from drawing something big out of his deck. Possibly swipes again. Swipe should be there. Yeah, there you go. God damn. This dude is the king of the swipes.
Are you ready for this?
So just for mana efficiency, I played the Archmage rather than the Earthring Farseer, because the Earthring Farseer only leaves me with heal up, basically.
What you looking at?
Okay. Finally, something interesting happens. I can kill the Bolt-Twist Ogre fairly easily. Now, the reason I'm going to be healing the Archmage out of that is because I do have Slam, Cleave, Whirlwind, so I have a bunch of things that are being powered up with the Archmage. But at the same time, I don't want him to be able to swipe this and then remove everything, right? I don't want him to be able to do cool stuff like that. So, low value. Don't.
We must cleanse the
Fuck!
soil.
Alright, so it was fine up until that happened, because the Stampeding Kodo would have killed it, right? Okay. So I can kill everything, actually. Pretty effectively as well. So I do that. No, that would kill my own Cult Master. I don't want to do that. So I strike. Wipes almost everything. Gives me the fast, yeah, that's fine. And then I Whirlwind to clear his board. Attack. Just put out another ring passer. So at this point, the only way that he's going to win is by clearing my board very consistently, and considering he's already played 2 swipes, and that he's a druid, which kind of lacks a little bit of board clear. It's probably unlikely that he does that. The only way that I can imagine he does it is by playing A really big dude, or A or B. Playing a really big dude, or just hitting me in the face and killing me. Okay, so I have a total of 9 damage available to me right now. I kind of do want to control. I mean, I can push damage, but I can't get damage through things, so I do need to be controlling a little bit. Oh, I really wish I had that cleave already before I did that. That would have been really nice. Another card. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Really do wish that I had that cleave first. Would have made the board clear much easier. Yeah, so I am giving up a fair amount of aggression, but I'm hoping that he doesn't have anything that he can play with 9 mana that he couldn't play with 8. The only thing that I can think of would be... I actually can't think of anything.
What to do?
Like 9 mana legendaries? That's the only thing I can think of that would be in that area. He would have been able to do that because I couldn't kill him last turn, so he would have been able to healing touch himself anyway. So if I did overextend, it actually would have been really bad for me. Think about that for a minute. So the Stampeding Kodo is now just put out as a 3/5 on the field, but that's because with the Stampeding Kodo on the field, I have lethal presented on the board. He might manage to kill one of them, but then I still have lethal in hand. Now I'm 1 off lethal. Fuck. If I drew... No, I've already killed it. Ooh. We have problems. Especially because now I can't... Stampeding Kodo would have been really good against that. So I can kill that with the Defender of Argus, but I do want to draw a card, so I won't even play the Defender of Argus yet. Oh, that's nice.
My shield for Argus.
So now I have 5 damage sitting in wait. 3 damage sitting in wait as well, so. I think I just win right now. Oh, and he top decked the Harvest Golem, which means that there can't be anything more threatening in his hand, because everything else that was in his hand was in his hand the entire time. Well played. Oh man, do I ever feel good about this.
Well played.
Shing! Is that 5-0? 4-0? It's something 0, right? 5-0. Nice. Okay, so I did predict 5 wins. As you've seen, our early hand has very rarely been flooded with small creatures, which is weird considering the amount of small creatures we have. So I would say we've been very lucky on our draws. But at the same time, maybe I underestimated the deck at the start.
Versus Anduin.
Entirely possible.
Light shall bring victory.
Fiery War Axe stays, the other 2 go back. Elden Ring Farseer stays. Ugh, fuck. So the coin is not going to be useful for quite some time. One reason I'm really glad to have the Fiery War Axe is because if he ever decides to turn around and play a North Sheer Cleric, I can say, no. Oh! I'm so sorry. If he has another one in hand, then that was a kind of good play. He plays it to bait out the weapon and then does stuff. But then I just have another weapon in the Arathi Weaponsmith. I have weapon saturation of the gods right now. So I can kill that with my weapon by using the effect of the Cruel Taskmaster. If he plays anything with 2 health, I can kill it with Stampeding Kodo, but 4 mana, things with 2 or less health, pretty rare. Yeah, exactly, I was expecting something more like that. Shadow Word Pain here, right now, would suck so badly. But anything but Shadow Word Pain is really good. Shadow Word Pain still could be a thing that he has in his hand, because it only costs 2 mana. So I've got to watch these 2 cards, because those are the 2 that he took from my deck. So when he plays one of them, I know that he's only got 1 card left that is from my deck, basically. Cool, cool. Okay, so I could chomp 2 guys. Chomp attack with the Cult Master, trade them both in, get more cards. I could do that. If he had Holy Nova, he would have done the attack and then Holy Nova'd. Because it would clear my board and heal his dude up. So he doesn't have Holy Nova, so I don't need to be threatened by that right now. I could also use the Arathi Weaponsmith and the Fen Creeper to kill it. You know what? I'm actually going to draw the cards. The reason I was fine with playing the Worgen Infiltrator immediately is because I know that he can't kill the Worgen Infiltrator right now. At least with what he had in his hand at that point, because he doesn't have Holy Nova, otherwise he would have played it. And on top of that, because it's one of the only 1-cost things I have in my deck, so I knew that I basically was going to be playing it or nothing. Yeah, Fiery War Axe is fine. Yep, that's pretty good. Oh, no, it's not. That's my weapon.
Try
I was thinking I can move it down enough and then hit it with the Stampeding Kodo, but then I was like, oh no, because Slam is 2 mana, Stampeding Kodo is 5, that equals 7 rather than 6, which is the amount of mana that I had. The fact that I have a weapon out is likely going to lead him to think, he's not going to cast a weapon this turn. But then, surprise, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out. We got a big one. Move, bitch. Get out the way. So next turn is probably going to be Erdnering Farseer and Booty Bay Bodyguard, if I had to guess. Try and kind of stem the bleeding while I use the Gorehowl to take out all of the things that he plays on the field. That's very likely to be my approach to this.
Join or die, or both.
That's frustrating. So I can either give him a card or leave him with a bigger thing on the field. Well, I'm not going to give him a card, obviously. I'm just going to hope that he can't buff the Lightspawn up too significantly. If he's got like Divine Spirit, Divine Spirit, Divine Spirit, Divine Spirit, Divine Spirit in his hand, then you will be able to see the rage. But other than that, you know. Although to be fair, I have had people with 5 cards in their hand then just play the perfect set. Like just, oh, and this is my straight flush ace high spades type bullshit. Ooh, Master Spell. He must have been offered some pretty shitty cards. Master Spell isn't that good.
The damned stand ready.
Okay, so I need to make sure that the Dark Cultist dies last. I can't have the Dark Cultist buffing up his Lightspawn. That would suck. So now he's going to heal that. Bring it back up to 4. Okay. I mean, then I just hit that with my Gorehowl. Really? Okay. Oh, I did it. Oh, nice.
I'll take him out.
No, I'm going to play the Bloodfin Raptor so that I have armor up. I need to try and make sure that I armor up every turn so that I don't leave myself within range of him being able to do some bullshit. Some bullshit. No, some bullshit. It's, Ooh. Okay, so I've had a Fiery War Axe already, and I think I've had a second Fiery War Axe. I've had my Arathi Weaponsmith, and I do have my Gorehowl. So the amount of things that he could have from my deck that are very threatening right now is actually a pretty low amount. I do want to kill that with my face, so... I'll do that just so that the Booty Bay Bodyguard is out of Holy Nova range, and so that the Stampeding Kodo is out of Shadow Word Pain and Shadow Word Madness. Madness, whatever it's called. Shadow Madness. And Shadow Word Death. It's out of all of those ranges. It's really good to be in the 4 health range. And the fact that this is in stealth means that it won't contribute to my death in any way. Or it shouldn't, at least. Okay, so I am feeling really confident right now. I mean, he can get huge value out of taking my Bloodfin Raptor with Shadow Madness and then running it into the Booty Bay Bodyguard. That kills 2 of my guys for 1 of his cards, leaves me with lethal on the field. Unless he heals himself. But then I still have lethal out of my Gorehowl. So, yeah. There's very few things he can do right now that will win him the game, I believe. I'll play. 6-0 right now. Oh god. If we'd lost 1 game yet, I would probably not cut to a part 2, but we haven't lost the game yet, so I am going to be cutting to a part 2. You'll be able to find a link to part 2 down in the description. Hope to see you there.